The committee, in a bipartisan fashion, has addressed this issue head-on. In May, we released the initial findings of our investigation into Russia's targeting of election infrastructure during the 2016 election. Today's hearing is an extension of that effort, but in some ways it highlights something far more sinister: the use of our own rights and freedoms to weaken our country from within. It's also important that the American people know that these activities neither began nor ended with the 2016 elections. Social media is the modern public forum, and it's being used to divide us. This was never about elections. It is about the integrity of our society.
The takedown of 32 new pages and accounts. That these active measures have two things in common. First, they're effective, and second, they're cheap. For just pennies on the dollar, they can wreak havoc in our society and in our elections. And I'm concerned that even after 18 months of study, we are still only scratching the surface when it comes to Russia's information warfare. Hundreds of thousands of free Facebook and Instagram. I know today we will focus on what happened in 2016 and what is happening now. But Russian active measures have revealed a dark underbelly of the social media ecosystem. These same tools that spread misinformation can negatively affect other aspects of our lives. I think we need to start pushing ourselves beyond just recognizing the problems and start to press actual policy ideas forward. Media companies. For example, does a user...
Facebook has alleged that IRA activity on its platform alone reached 126 million people, and that doesn't include Instagram or Twitter. What can you say about the extent to which the IRA activity reached real Americans?
We spent a lot of time talking about Facebook and Twitter, but as Renee highlighted and others have noted, this is a problem of the entire information ecosystem. This is cross-platform. Reddit confirmed hundreds of IRA-created accounts. Tumblr did it, and in particular on Tumblr, that platform was used to target the African-American community particularly. So I think this is why it's so really difficult to quantify in any meaningful way the reach of these activities, because this is across the entire ecosystem, not to mention, as others were highlighting, how this information gets picked up and then transmitted and amplified through mainstream media outlets.
What are Russia's ultimate goals? Is it to undermine the public's faith in Western democracies and so weaken the bonds that unite us, that there are opportunities for Russia?
I think they have long-term strategic goals, which include weakening Western institutions and faith in democracy and traditional sources of information and authority. That's the strategic goal. And then they have a lot of near short-term tactical goals, things like injecting hacked information to sway a particular event or election. And they're doing that activity all around their periphery and now here.
Campaign strategy on America, on the other great